All right, so now we are on the heel flap. We probably want 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So I'm starting here. Let me make this one then. Okay, it's saying because we want to start, the bumps are the purl side. I'll start on the purl side instead of the knit side then. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, we'll start on the purl side. So we're gonna slip one purlwise as if to purl. Okay, and then we're gonna purl the entire row. And then the other side we will knit. All right. So now we're going to flip it over and we're going to knit, slip one and knit to the end. We're doing this for 14 rows. This is the heel flap. Okay, we're going to slip one as if to knit, and this just makes a design in the sock. It's like a little loop type style design. All right, so we're going to knit. Ten, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We do have our 16 stitches. Now we're just going to purl the next one and we're going to slip it again. So we're going to slip it as if to purl. So we're going this way. All right, just make it a little tighter so it's not so loose. All right, and then what we're going to do is purl this stitch. Okay, and we're purling to the end. This is to make our heel. Okay, purl. Just keep making sure you have 16 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we're going to slip as if to knit, and then we're going to knit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. As if to purl, and then we're going to purl it. There we go. We're going to continue that up to row 14. So let's slip our knit. Let's knit. So we're going to slip it, and then we're going to go to purl the next one. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to slip. We're row 8. Slip, knit, and knit the entire row. Slip the knit stitch. We don't want it that loose though. Slip the knit stitch, just kind of put it into place, not too tight because the knitting part already stays secure once you tighten it. It's the purl part that's a little looser. And then you just want to knit the row. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and knit. Okay. Okay, slip the purl. All right. And then we will purl. All right. Purl. Purl. All right, last one. There we go, turn it over. And then we're on row 10. Let's go ahead and slip that knit stitch. And then we're going to knit. Okay. Slip that purl stitch as if to purl, because we're getting a design going here. And then we are going to purl across the row. We're on row 10. You should still have 16 stitches. Not too tight, not too loose. Okay, turn it over. Row 12. We're going to slip as if to knit. Okay, just tighten it a little bit, not too tight. There we go. Okay. We're on row 13. We are almost done the heel flap, and then we're going to turn heel, and we're going to do where it actually starts making a heel. A slip as if to purl, and then we are going to purl the second stitch. All right. Trying to make it a little tighter, but not too tight, so that stitch is not that loose. All right. So we are going to purl, and then the next row will be the knit row. That's our last row for this portion of the sock. So there's various stages of the sock. We're going to be on the last row for the heel flap. Row number 14. As you can see, our heel flap, because later it's going to look something like this. And then as we form it together. Okay? All right, so let's slip that stitch. Let's go ahead and knit the rest. All right, and there we go. So we're staying on the same row. So row 15 is where we purl 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we just purled 8. And then what we're going to do is purl 2 together. Okay? So we're going to purl 2 together. This is where your heel is forming, so we're not going all the way to the end. We're going to turn after this last purl stitch. So we're going to purl that stitch, and then we're going to move on to row 16. We're going to slip 1 because now we're on the knit side. So you always pay attention to what rows, which is your knit and your purl. So we are going to slip that knit stitch, and then we are going to knit 1, and then we're going to knit 2 together. Okay, there go. And then we're going to knit one. Okay? And just kind of stretch a little. Don't worry, that'll close up. That will close up. So now we want to turn it around again on the purl side. Okay? So we want to turn it around on the purl side. So now we are going to slip one as if to purl. Okay? And then we're going to purl two. 1, 2. Purl one stitch. And then purl the second stitch. Okay? And then we're going to purl two together. Whoops. Purl two together. Okay. We are going to purl two together, and then we're going to purl the last one. Okay. There we go. And see how our heel is starting to form? All right. That was row 17. Row 18, we're going to slip one. Okay, as if to knit. We're going to slip one. We're going to knit 3. Okay, we're going to knit 3. And this is where it closes that little gap. We're going to knit these two together. And see how the heel is forming? So we're going to knit those two together, and then we're going to knit one. That gap will be closed. Okay? And then we're going to turn it around to the purl side. And you can see because it's starting to shape it. All right, so we're on row 19. We're going to slip one, which helps a lot because you really need this to be on that knitting needle when you're knitting. So we're going to slip as if to purl. And then we're going to purl 4. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to purl 4. Okay? And then we're going to purl 2 together, which will put that hole together. We're going to purl 2 together. All right? And then we're going to purl 1. Okay, there we go. All right. We're going to slip 1 and knit 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will knit 2 together. We will knit 2 together, and then we will knit 1. And see? And you could tell where our slips were because see how it makes like a little design for our slip stitches? All right. So now we're going to slip 1 and then we're going to purl 6. Okay, so we're going to slip as if to purl. We're going to slip 1 and we're going to purl 6. Purl 6, okay? Purl 2 together, and then we're going to purl 1. There we go. And look at that heel forming. Isn't that cool? So now we're on row 22. or knitting 5 because we have to knit 2 together. Knit 2 together, and then 1. So we're knitting 5, knit 2 together, knit 1. And we have 8 stitches left. And that's how much we're supposed to have, is 8 stitches left.